off these areas, they are expecting here a little hike in, get rid of that, a hike in unemployment, which I believe is the more important number than the actual NFP number. They are expecting, obviously, the drop in NFP, somewhere around 200,000 jobs added, but they're expecting a hike over here on unemployment. So that'll be interesting. If we get that, you're going to see some weakness in the U.S. dollar, and this thing could rally even more. We've gotten that bounce off that main support as we broke down the other day. All right, we ended up tapping off of, what was that, 1615, holding a strong support. Every time we tap into that area, we get that hard rally, and we even continued up from there. But we got the hard rally here, right? And same exact thing here. We got that strong bounce. And like I said, if we get any kind of weak numbers coming out of the U.S., we could see this continue to rally over here. But overall, we are still bearish on gold, are still very bullish on the dollar. And I think if we do get those numbers, it'll just be a short pullback before continuing right back down for the markets and for a pair like gold. So looking over here, we're sitting above this previous support. You can really draw that almost like that. We got that support, price just reacting in this area. We finally broke through it. So we broke structure once breaking through that area. Then we come down to retest the area. We're holding support so far. Or we just kind of grabbing liquidity before continuing down if we do get good numbers? Or is everything pretty much priced in right now and we're not going to get that big of a move? 1 hour over here is holding a strong support. We got 5 minutes left for this to come out. So I think if you want to take anything, I would say anything below 1642, wait for the reaction to the news like we went over on Wednesday. But if you want to take anything, someone's in the chat. Oh, hello, Jen. If you want to take anything, I would wait for that break below 1643, and you can mirror this move down, continuing right back down to 1620, 1615, or breaking structure up here above 1660. I think we could continue up to 1670 and possibly even 1680. I don't think we're going to get up there on a Friday, but you never know. Was somebody saying something? No? Okay. So yeah, let's wait and see what we got.
I'll be right back, Steph.
Sure. So yeah, anybody in YouTube, this was kind of like a spontaneous thing. Me and my group have already broken down gold and everything, but just wanted to give you guys a good idea of where to expect price to go. Like we went over on Wednesday, trade the reaction to the news. Don't just gamble or try to just jump into the news. Just wait for that market to kind of calm down for a second, and then you could just play the trend. All right, but like I said, the main thing that you want to pay attention to right now, I think, is the unemployment rate. So we're going to put this over here. Let's see what we got. All right. Let me just open YouTube real quick. US 30's dropping already. As we pointed out this morning over here, guys, we're actually breaking through that level, still creating those lower highs and lower lows. Right? So can we get that close below here on GJ? I think safer sells are going to be below 165 200, but we'll see what we end up getting. We were kind of live back testing this after a strong bounce off of 166 100, held resistance, right? We pulled back into the range. We had this previous resistance over here, right? We pulled back in looking like we're going to get a deeper pullback to potentially continue up, but we end up rejecting this level again with a strong bearish candle close. So then we continue right back down, which is nice. Come right back up to retest the same area, reject it multiple times again, and now we're continuing down. So we were looking at this candle as a confirmation that with a wick to fill, confirmation that we could fill that wick and continue down at least to this area. And now it looks like we're pushing through this area, which is an area that I would be securing risk. I probably would have secured 80 or 90% right here and let the rest run, especially before NFP. But those are those little moves that you could grab before NFP comes out. All right, so US 30. Yeah, reacting to that resistance like we pointed out before. So price is starting to come back down into this area. Could we be grabbing liquidity before continuing back up? Or I believe we're holding this resistance over here, 32,200, for price to continue right back down, retest the support over here, and then we're going to continue down. Because as we saw on the monthly, anybody on YouTube, this is something that we called on US 30 back on Monday, that we could start the month out like this. And that's exactly what we got over here. Right? So monthly over here, I could see continuing to tank right back down. Basically, previous highs from COVID, going to retest those areas and continue right back down on the stock market. Would not be surprised. Go back to GJ and then gold here. Gold is tanking over here too. We got about not much time here.
Oh man, NFP is weak.
Is it? Okay, that's one hit. Yeah, wow. I mean, we're right around previous 263. They thought we were going to get 200.
Yeah.
And what is unemployment? Ooh, wow. See, unemployment rose to 3.7%, which is not good. That's that main number. What's
dang.
up? Yeah, that's the main number over here. And as we see, they were expecting a rise in unemployment, right? So it's a surprise because it's higher than what was expected, but at the same time, they were expecting a rise in unemployment. So maybe we're not seeing that big of a move just yet. Not many surprises over here other than that unemployment number, which is what we were saying.
Look at the direction of NFP. Sorry, that's what I was reacting to. I know the number is close to what it says, or it's better than forecast, but just look at the direction for the last 3 months. It's getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me open it up.
Part and parcel with the unemployment, JOLTS report, all that stuff.
Yes. Calendar. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's hit its mark. It's been above previous the past couple months.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Look at I was reading a thing last night from a Barclays economist. He's talking about the direction of it is what they're focused on today, not the number, but the direction.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, all right.
No, that makes sense. So here again, if you guys trade GJ, anybody on YouTube or anybody in the groups, I think you're going to have safe sells below this area, right? 165, 200, right? You got all these rejections in this area. If we go over here, looking at the 4-hour, you have this area right here that you need to clear out of. And once you do, we got a nice resistance over here to continue this move down, right? After they increased rates, everything was priced in. And now, as they don't have that great of an economy, we could continue to see this thing drop. But can we continue to drop over here today to take this move down with a clean move to the left? 1 hour over here, again, holding that support. Right? Once we break this whole area right here, I would say. Yeah, I would say 165 flat, obviously psychological number. Once you break that, we could continue and mirror this move down, which would be nice. But right now, looks like we're bouncing off a little bit.
I would give it some time just because of the volatility that there has been with the data coming out. But also the most important thing is interpreting the data correctly. And what does it essentially mean?
100%. So US 30 here. Gold still sitting in that range. Got that rejection. Sergio, that was a great call. That little resistance right over here.
For US 30, I'm waiting for 31,950 level to be broken based off the 4-hour.
950, yeah. This support?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yeah, you're looking to take this range?
Yeah. Yeah. So continue pushing down from there, coming all the way down into 31,600. That's my full TP.
Okay. You don't think we'll drop any further?
Not today.
Okay. You do have that clean move here, but you're looking over here. Yeah, it's previous resistance, previous support right there. If we thin this up, that'll be even clearer.
I think we could essentially do that next week. Next week's going to be quite volatile starting Tuesday, where you got the elections coming up on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, you got the US CPI coming out. And then Friday, you got the consumer sentiment.
The elections are going to be interesting.
Yep.
You know, that could rattle the markets quite a bit. Let's see, chat. Trade on GJ on 1st of November. Let's see what Borga is sending over. Great job sending a chart. So this was the 4 hour over here. So this, you're still in this? Or you just took profit? Borga, you there? Oh, no? Trade on GJ took on 1st November. Close it. Okay. But great job, man. This is awesome. This was on the 1st of November. I think this is similar to the trade that I took that I could still be in right now. I closed the full thing, but I think I broke it down on Instagram yesterday. But great job, man. Held this thing the whole way through. You got that small resistance for me right now, pushing through that area. You could have held, but at the same time, or maybe move your stop loss right up here and just let this thing run. But great job, man. Living with your decision, I think it was a great move. Looks like US 30 is pulling back over here a little bit. Wow. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Wow, gold too. You were right. Give it some time.
Yep. Because when you hop up, especially for US 30, when you hop up at least like on the 4 hour and daily time frames, you start to see a little bit of exhaustion that's happening. So can we see a potential corrective move to continue pushing back up? Because basically what happened here, can you zoom out on the chart just so we can see like the left and, you know, from the top and bottom and all that? Yeah, there you go.
I'm just going to expand it for you. Is this good?
Yeah, this is good. So overall, we know that it's a bearish trend, right? And then after price taps into this area, you've had a nice bullish run up. We were talking about how that structure is going to be broken once price tapped into this during interest rates and then continued pushing down. Essentially, think of this as like a new support that was just formed here, right? And so now what we need to do is, can we see price pushing back a little bit higher and then continue that sell-off once again going into next week? We know that it's going to be a sell-off. I mean, the overall structure is still bearish. Nothing has really changed there. But like we talked about during interest rates as well, that there's no way that price can just continue tanking from these high levels and then continue tanking below 28,800 without needing any sort of intervention from the Fed or the central bank. For that reason, you're sitting in very key levels at each of these points. Look at pretty much how price keeps reacting into these areas, right? We come back into this area, exactly what essentially ends up happening. We have to push back up into the same exact liquidity areas. That's what we have been doing. I don't expect anything different going into, let's say, next week, where price taps into that area and then continues pushing down.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were saying before. Before you guys hopped on, we were saying that at some point, that level that you were just marking off here, we could bounce off the area, get that pullback into here. Great point. Right here. Get that lower high created, and then continue right back down.
Yeah.
All right, because obviously I think the main mover of the week was the FOMC, right, which pushed us down. We get the pullback, and then next week we continue this right back down.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be pretty, but especially with elections coming up next week, I could see something happening with the market.
And nothing has really changed here, even from a fundamental perspective. Like, think about it like, if I could annotate here once again.
On US 30 or gold?
It doesn't matter. But think of like, this is usually what your economic cycle looks like, right? Where you're sitting at like the economic peak up top here, and then you have your recession and all that's starting to happen before you start moving into an economic growth once again. And this is pretty much where you start to see like those high employments and then inflation peaking, and then you start to see like interest rates where they start to increase the interest rates, and then you start to see the labor market softening. That's what all of that happens in this downtrend essentially. What we're doing is we're still essentially somewhere up top here. Right? We need all that labor market that they're talking about with the Fed and everything, where they're saying that we need the labor market to soften up. That's what we're doing. We're pretty much still sitting, and essentially we've plateaued out until we can start seeing a decline.
100%. It's all a cycle.
Yep. So that's why interpreting the data is very important. Like, yeah, we got the unemployment rate that came out the same number as last time, and then also when you're looking at NFP, it wasn't a major drop like they were expecting. It seems like they were expecting like a 197 from a 315, but we ended up getting a 261. So what does that basically mean?
I like this move over here on gold. Liquidity grab, strong bullish candle close of the wick to fill in the 5 minute. A little similar, but the opposite way of what I took on the FOMC meeting. Right? Where we close above that level, we get the bottom wick rejection, and continue up. We have any questions on YouTube?
No.
Or from you guys too?
James said hello. How's it going?
Oh, man. I'm sorry, what was that?
James said hello on YouTube.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
What's up, James? Yeah, Jamie was in here before he lost internet, and somebody cut his line in the backyard with a shovel.
No way.
Yeah. Guys were placing a fence post in the back, cut the line with a shovel.
Oh, man.
He was in the middle of a breakdown, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. Right, let me log into YouTube right now. See what we got going on.
I'm gonna have to hop off in like 10 minutes, but I think there's gonna be better moves after New York Stock Exchange open. So if anyone's trading for the rest of the session, I would say wait for that. But if you're trading specifically US 30, keep your focus on like the hourly and 4-hour time frames.
James. That sucks. Yeah, it's no fun. There's no fun. Looks like we're struggling to stay above this level so far. Starting to break that area. Can we hold support there? I'm pretty much good for the week, unless we get like an ideal setup.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at the same setup for gold.
Honestly, same. Like, I only have a runner from the US 30 trade going from interest rates.
The sell or buy?
The sell.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Borga, you're just looking at that. I have to go. I'm done for the week. Thank you guys for a great week. Awesome, man. Let's keep that momentum going for next week, alright, Jay? Ooh, we are holding that support there. So yeah, I'm just live back testing this. I'm not executing on it, but that 5 minute bottom wick rejection, we flip bullish. I just like the liquidity grab right here, right? And then the strong bullish close with the wick to fill. This is something that you guys can go back and journal to see how you can catch that. But again, 1657 and 1660 are going to be safer buys. Once we start to break above these levels, we can continue this thing right back up. Right to US 30. It's still rejecting that resistance.
Look at the 4-hour candle on gold. It's that classic liquidity grab. Same thing on the hourly too.
Yep.
That classic liquidity grab and continue push right back up. And how do you know that's a liquidity zone? Because look at that volume that's going to follow. Yep. At each of these points. That's that classic liquidity grab right there, coming right back up into that zone. Very minimum 1660.
History repeats itself.
Yep.
Look at this, too.
Yep.
We've been bullish since tapping into 1615, 1620, right? And the same exact thing happens every single time. So you could have played this all the way up. If you didn't grab that, obviously go back and journal it. See how you could grab this, especially if there's strong close like this. All right? Lower your risk. Stop loss below here. And it's just trading basic price action, understanding what has happened in the past here. Very similar candle. Right here, and then right here. Right? No pull, barely any pullback besides the bottom wick rejection, and then continuing up. Right? Right over here. Barely any pullback, and then we just shoot up. But yeah, that 5 minute would have been a nice move right here. Wick fill, I'd be securing majority of this right here, and then let the rest run. Stop loss at break even, risk free, down for the week. That make sense? I'll be you guys on YouTube. Got about 13 on there. We had a nice showing the other day.
We got like 200 views on that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's keep it up. All we ask is you guys share this stuff, alright? Keep spreading the word. Free knowledge, free value. It's the best we could do.
If you could hop over to US 30 real quick on the 15-minute time frame, I just want to point out something.
Mm-hmm.
So look at how the previous 15-minute candle closed with the massive top wick and bottom wicks. Now what I want you guys to do, don't execute until like, you know, that first resistance that Steph has marked off is broken, but watch how price is going to be moving now, right? And that's what's going to go and show you what liquidity looks like. Watch this movement. That's going to happen in the next 15-minute candle and even the 30-minute candle. That is insane. Essentially, what it ended up doing with news coming out is corrected this entire move with this. And then rejected all that just to come back and then hold on to this area as support once again. And that's price going right back up. And the only reason why I'm saying don't execute on it just yet is because you need to clearly break that resistance zone first.
Don't forget, too, you guys got, Stock Exchange got to react to these numbers, too.
Yep.
All right. So, Sharma, yeah, where were you going again?
Today I just have like some work to do. I'm not going on a trip just yet, but I'm going to be leaving on the 22nd.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was looking at pictures when we were on our Zoom.
Yeah.
Of that spot. Looks awesome. And how long are you going for?
3 weeks.
Amazing. Amazing. Wow. This would have played out here. Beautiful liquidity grab. Just shoots out. Great thing to study here if you guys aren't comfortable taking that.
Absolutely. It's the same exact setup on two different pairs that we just showed you guys.
Oh, yeah.
One's a commodity, one's an equity, but basically if you understand what the price action looks like and what does it mean, you could execute the same exact strategy on anything. Alright, does anyone have any questions?
YouTube, anyone in here?
Because I have to hop off in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we could wrap it up right now. Let's see. Buy all amount. We're done for the week. Only trade rate hike and non-farm. Awesome. You have a good week, iPhone 6? Who is that again? I keep forgetting.
No idea.
Let's go. Crazy gains. That sounds like a good week to me. All right, KB, my man. All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Again, do a full week review of your week. If you guys missed trades, if you guys took trades or lost trades, go back and review them. See what you could have done better. That's how you guys get better as traders. And just keep doing that, trust the process, and stay consistent with it. And I promise you'll see results. All right, so have a great weekend. If you have any questions at all, anybody on YouTube need help, if you guys are going through something right now, maybe you just blew your account, you can reach out to one of us, and we'll be glad to help you out and get you through something like that psychologically, and then get you on the right track. So, Sharma, you got anything to add?
That's about it. Just make sure that you guys are getting ready for next week too. There's going to be a lot of volatility. CPI data coming out. You got the elections. You got consumer sentiment. But I also understand that this week was extremely volatile with interest rates coming out from 2 major central banks, and then also with NFP data coming out. So there has been a lot of movement in the market already. Clearly, you guys are seeing the liquidity grabs. So kind of be patient going into next week, right? The market has moved a lot. It has to collect orders. There's only 2 ways that the market's ever going to collect orders. It's consolidation or retracements. So let that happen and then wait for your setups. Whenever you get confused when you're looking at lower time frames like 15-minute, 30-minute, hop up to the hourly, hop up to the 4-hour time frame, understand what's the overall structure like, and then trade according to the structure. So don't try to do counter trend trades if you don't understand the limitation of your trade. That's going to be very important going into next week. Other than that, have a great rest of the weekend. Everything that Steph said, I'm going to echo the same thing. And we'll see you guys next week for the weekly outlook.
Absolutely. Yeah, Nemax is asking about gold TP 1670. I could see